Hello everyone. I am here today to discuss the new cell phone policy which we will be piloting during the first quarter of the upcoming 2019-2020 school year. The dates included are August 14th through October 14th, and this policy applies to all students at SMSH. At the end of those 9 weeks, the program will be assessed according to discipline data and additional data to determine if the policy is a long-term viable option for us here at SMSH. With the new policy, all students will be allowed to access their cell phones if they choose to bring them during non-instructional time in school-approved zones during this trial period. Currently, students are not allowed to have cell phones on campus, and that is according to parish policy. We just felt as educators we needed to be a little more realistic with today's technology trends, so we revised our current policy to include the acceptable use of cell phones on our campus, and the school board graciously accepted our proposal. So it's our hope that this new policy will increase awareness and training while putting into practice social and professional etiquette relating to electronic devices. Students in possession of a cell phone still must comply with the parish cell phone policy and acceptable use agreement. And in addition to the rules outlined in these guidelines, students will be expected to comply with all class and school rules while using personal devices. And please remember, and this is very important, the use of a cell phone is not a right, but a privilege. And when abused, those privileges will be withdrawn and consequences will be issued. Here are the designated school zones for cell phone access. Red zones. An area designated as a red zone indicates that a cell phone is not permitted for use in the area. Cell phones in red zones should never be seen or heard. Red zones include classrooms, bathrooms, locker rooms, the weight room, the library, buses, and assemblies. Green zones. An area designated as a green zone indicates that cell phones may be accessed for school-related tasks and emergencies as permitted and directed by school personnel. Green zones include hallways, the cafeteria, and the commons area. Again, the use of a cell phone in a classroom is prohibited unless explicit consent by the teacher is given for a student to use it for instructional purposes only. Violating the established policy will result in the following. In all instances, the device will be confiscated and a parent guardian must come to pick it up. For the first offense, a parent must come pick up the cell phone and the student will be placed on a cell phone contract. Second offense, again, the parent must come and pick up the cell phone. The student is assigned to the in-school suspension center for 1 day. Third offense, the parent must come and pick up the phone, and the student is assigned to the positive behavior clinic for 1 day. Fourth offense, the parent must come pick up the phone, and the student is assigned to the positive behavior clinic for 2 days. On the fifth offense, again, the parent must come pick up the phone, and the student is assigned to the positive behavior clinic for 3 days. Any further infractions will result in the student not having a cell phone on school grounds during the school day. And furthermore, students who do not adhere to these guidelines will be subjected to other disciplinary action. And again, just as a reminder, students who are in possession of cell phones must adhere to the Student Code of Conduct, Student Handbook, Acceptable Use Policy, and all board policies, particularly the Internet Acceptable Use. Students may not use their cell phone during instructional time unless otherwise given permission by the teacher. Instructional time is defined as the time from the last tone of one tardy bell to the first tone of the class dismissal bell. Now, this policy includes office runners and students who are in the hallways or in the restrooms during instructional time. Each teacher has a discretion to allow and regulate the use of cell phones for instructional purposes in the classroom and on specific projects. However, students will not be allowed to enter a classroom with a cell phone in their hand. Students who have early release or late arrival may not use their cell phones during instructional time. They should wait until they exit the building to access their cell phone. Students who need to leave early for appointments or illness must check out through the main office. Students cannot just call or text home and leave without checking out in the main office. Students cannot access their phones on the bus at any time. Approved cell phones must always be in silent mode while on school campus unless otherwise allowed by a teacher. Earbuds may also be used with teacher permission. Students may not use social media, post pictures, take video, or use FaceTime while on campus. Students will be held accountable for any negative postings, pictures, or video. Students may not use cell phones to bully or to post derogatory statements or comments about students, faculty, or staff via text message or social media. Consequences for these infractions will be severe and may include a recommendation for expulsion. For example, videoing a fight will result in an automatic recommendation for expulsion. Any cell phone related issue that is criminal in nature will be turned over to the school resource officer immediately to address. The following are considered more serious offenses and will be referred directly to administration for review. If proven, these infractions could result in an automatic recommendation for expulsion. Cell phones may not be used to assist any student on assignments, quizzes, or tests without teacher approval. Students may not use their cell phones to take pictures or videos at any time while on campus. Students may not post anything on social media while on campus. And students may not engage in any electronic communication or behavior that negatively impacts a student, staff member, or the school. Please visit our school's website or Facebook page for a complete copy of this new policy for you to review prior to deciding on whether you want your child to bring a cell phone to school. I want to emphasize that SMSH does not require a student to have a cell phone on campus, nor do we feel that a student needs to have a cell phone at school. This is a completely personal decision on your part. It is my hope and my expectation that our student body will rise to the occasion and prove to the district that they are mature enough, that they're capable of being entrusted with having cell phones at school so that this privilege can be extended into the future. We have a lot riding on the first 9 weeks, so I hope that they don't let me down. I do want to thank you for your support throughout this endeavor, and we'll keep you updated as we move forward with it. Thank you very much.